The massive clone army was rolling out its forces. Millions of soldiers, armor, and equipment would need to be transported from different planets. Clone production had been increased to add to the army, but in order to maintain a steady number to replenish fallen soldiers, more cloning facilities would need to be built. It was a migration on a massive scale, and it would take time for the clones to come to the Wookiees' aid. The Wookiees on Kashyyyk were advised to seek shelter, as the clones could not arrive in time to protect them from the Imperial invasion. As the clones previously only had experience fighting droids, the protocols and studies needed to be altered. Clones in training were required to follow a bunch of theory classes learning about tactics, political relations, history, and alien species. Physical training was first presented in a 4-team battle royale where the clones tried to capture a central point. The blasters they used would only stun the clones when hit, but several would show signs of fear when confronted with combat for the first time. But it was also common in this first round that some of the clones showed great promise. The clones that passed the first test would continue to the next training phase, which consisted of a 2 versus 2 team match. They would fight for a central point again, and communication and tactics were essential as the clones were now wearing armor and the training field was bigger. A particular clone by the name of Goro showed great potential during the first training phase and received leadership over Blue Team. He decided to wait as his troops moved onward, as he would keep tight communication with the clone next in rank. He thought this would be wise, as he could make important decisions on the fly without a chance of being taken out, leaving his team without somebody to lead. All of the other teams moved together with their team leaders, who soon came under fire. It was Team Yellow and Orange against Red and Blue. Goro ordered his troops to fully concentrate on Orange's forces, while his teammates' group divided fire between Orange and Yellow. Team Orange was dug in, but fell to the power of both enemy teams firing on them simultaneously. Yellow Team tried a desperate flanking maneuver as they were not able to go anywhere due to Team Red firing on their position. Goro punished Yellow hard for this, as a huge part of their team were wiped out. Goro now came to the aid of his troops as well to boost morale and assess the situation firsthand. Yellow Group's team leader was taken out, and all who were left were regular troops. The leader of the Red Team got too overconfident and pushed forward. He was rewarded with being shot. Goro proceeded to the capture point as he made sure his troops were covering each other well. He set up a perimeter around the CP and rained down fire on the opposing team. and was rewarded a company of his own. Goto's company was one of many on the first ships who headed to aid the Wookiees. On Kashyyyk, several Wookiees had volunteered to stay and fight the Imperials to gain more time for the others to seek shelter. But they were small in number and all of them knew they had no chance of winning. They all accepted their fate to protect their families. From the water, the Imperial units approached. Silhouettes could be seen through the fog. The stormtroopers who headed in first got devastated, but the Imperials returned the favor when their walkers opened fire. Thick black smoke from the explosions blurred the Wookiees' vision. To make matters worse, the Empire had several troops attack from the rear as well. The Wookiees' primitive weaponry was no match for that of the Empire. The ATSTs drew in closer as many Wookiees perished. The Imperials who attacked from the rear had reached the center as well, and unleashed hell on the remaining Wookiees. The soil of Kashyyyk was drenched in Wookiee blood. Though some of the tribes did manage to evacuate and hide thanks to these Wookiees' sacrifice, there were others who were not so lucky, as they were hunted down by Imperial forces. Kashyyyk was now officially under Imperial control. The Republic's forces had finally reached Kashyyyk and preparations for the invasion were made, but their presence did not go unnoticed. Back on Coruscant, a secret meeting was about to take place. Kane, who had joined the rebels and was accompanied by C-3PO and R2-D2, met up with the Coruscant Council to discuss a delicate matter. Kane required a highly trained team of clones to carry out a mission that would stay off the record. In return, the Republic would be allowed to build a cloning facility at a rebel-held planet. The Council agreed, and knew just the right clones who would be perfect for the job.